Looks like winter is coming. After the fall market, which we saw in a spike in the prices in September, the latest reported number is showing that winter is coming because market took another dip. And especially in detached property segment where it has dropped more than 5% year over year and month over month roughly around 0.3%. But at the same time, condo apartments are doing a comeback with a positive increase month over month. Want to know more about the state of market of Greater Toronto Area real estate? Stay tuned because you are at the right place. So without further ado, we're gonna unlock real estate. And before that, hey, this side Ashish Sharma, your realtor with Right at Home Realty Brokerage. And in today's video, we will unlock market stats for the beautiful Greater Toronto area. In this video, we're gonna cover overall Greater Toronto area. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button so that when we post next time, you get notified whenever we'll publish any video. But this time we are covering in this video we're gonna cover the big picture of the Greater Toronto area real estate stats. So stay tuned till the end. Lot of interesting facts. Without further ado, let's unlock real estate. Welcome back. So let's start with the average price first, like where we are heading right now and where we are coming from, right? So as you can see on my screen, this is our beautiful portal unlockrealestate.ai, and it is only available for real estate industry professional. And do not just watch my industry professional, visit unlockrealestate.ai, become a member today. And as a buyer and seller and investor, you don't have to worry about it. You got me. I got all the answers for you. So reach out to me. I'll be happy to answer all your questions for your city, town, for your housing category. Okay. So look at over here. Right now we have selected all housing categories for all GTA areas. So as I started the video with that, fall market shows that it tried to pick it up, but look at over here. We have seen a 7.1% drop. The average price is still hovering around above $1,000,000, roughly 1.05 million, and month over month we have seen a downward of 0.5% only, which is not bad. But at the same time, year over year, which is still showing that from the last year, market is not still picking up. Market is considerably down from the last year same time frame, right? Look at over here. At one point, February of 2022, when market peaked, the overall GTA market housing has been corrected by 21%. As you can see on my screen, 0.79, which means the growth factor from the February of 2022 for the overall housing, not talking about any particular housing, overall housing is dropped by 21% from 2022. So technically what it means, in if I go back 5 years from October of 2020 to, or even 6 years, let's say 6 years, because people will be like, oh, 2020 was the time when the COVID came and stuff, like prices went up. But 2019, there was no COVID, there was no hype, there was interest rates were still 3.95 prime rate. In fact, prime rate is today little bit nearby that range. Today prime rate is around, if I'm not wrong, 4.345. Let's go back and check. We can always check it. So prime rate is 4.45 right now as of this month. October of 2019, 6 years ago, prime rate was 3.95, only less 0.5%. Okay, 0.5%, only 225 basis point. And the property value from October of 2019 to October of 2025 only grew by 24%. If I know the math properly, 24% divided by 6 is 4%. That is healthy increase in real estate value. It's not crazy. Yes, we have seen a frenzy, but if somebody tells me that the prices are still high, yes, you can say that it could drop another 5% to comes down to like 18%, 3% annually. Yes, that's okay, but how far you gonna come down? It's not gonna come down to like equal level of 2019 prices. You think so? It's not. It's not. It's a healthy claim I am putting. But at the same time, if you think the overall housing will come down to 850K for GTA market, I don't think so. I will create. I will anytime soon gonna say that word in my videos that the average price of housing is 850, because the demand is still there. It's just the supply is more right now, right? Because of the supply, earlier supply was not there, prices went up. Now the supply is there, prices are coming down. So it's a equilibrium happening right now. So the balance is coming up right now in the market. So which is it the this downward trend is healthy. This downward trend is healthy, and sellers needs to understand that what they were thinking of fetching the same property values as of 2021 2022, you cannot get it. Those times are over. It's going to take some time to get back to those range, and the economy level needs to be settled at that point, right? So my point for this whole discussion is that we have seen the good correction, and this is a healthy correction we are seeing. As you can see, market is going in the range bound. Another 5% 10% drop can happen. 100%. This 1050, I can see like 980 at one point in August of 2025. The prices were around 1,020,000 over here 1,026,000. So GTA overall housing market never came down below $1,000,000. I'm talking for the overall housing. At one point peak, it touched 1.34 as well. So my message over here is, yes, fall market picked up. We are going down. Historically, November, December, we have seen a pullback in the prices because of the lower activity. And we can see that in our buyer sellers market report. As you can see, the yellow thing is month of inventory. Right now, overall market is still sitting at 4.5 months of inventory. We were coming from 5+ months of inventory for the last 6 months. Look at over here. April, May, June, July, August, September. 6 last month we had like 5-ish month of inventory continuously. Inventory was not going up. Inventory was stable around 5-ish month, 5.1, 5, 4.9, 5.3. I'm talking again for overall housing market. If the good thing is inventory is coming down, but if inventory peak up more, we might see a pull down in the prices. But guys, do not try to time the market. Do not try to time the market, because this is a healthy correction which we have already seen. Yes, again I am saying this thing, nobody can predict the future. What I am saying, we can have another 5% 7% drop down, but at the same time you might see a pull up in the prices as well sooner or later. Now let's dig deep, because again this was for the overall housing. Detached properties shed the different level. Everything stays differently. Look at over here. Detached property for the overall housing is still around 1.435 million. At one point in pandemic, it was around 1.8. Property value have dropped 25%. Let's see 2019 comparison. October of 2019, we have seen 30% drop growth. So technically, this will come down. This segment will come down for sure. For sure, it is coming down. There is no question in that. It is not coming down. This segment of housing, detached housing, will see little pullback as well. Again, that's my point. We will see a correction because of the historical pattern. So in future months, for a buying opportunity, good buying opportunity lying around over there, for sure. Depend upon the housing category. If you are planning to upgrade to the detached, this could be a good opportunity. Let's talk about the condo apartment. Everybody is talking about condo apartment, right? Look where we are right now. We tried to bottom out in August, and for the last 2 months, we are kind of like prices are increasing because inventory came down. Data doesn't lie. And from the pandemic peak, we have already down 18%. Now from the 2019 October, just for the sake of the same calculation, we are only up 7%. 7% in 6 years. Let's go 2018 October. We are up 17% from 2018 October. In 7 years, we are up 17%. around 2% increase year over year. In 6 years, we are only up 7%, around 1% increase year over year. And you have to understand this thing. In COVID era, condo prices didn't increase that much, but the freehold properties increased. And that's where right now the market sentiment is bad, because people think that condos are falling. Yes, it has fallen. See the comparison. See the comparison. Once the market will correct, everybody will run. That's where the FOMO generates. That's where the FOMO generates. I'm here, and look at over here. Another important report: interest rate trends. When the market was, interest rates were down the whole 2020, 2021, how prices jack up. Interest rate started increasing, prices started coming down. Interest rate peaked, prices were stabilized. Prices are still stabilized after the peak as well, after the drop as well, because consumer confidence is still not built up, and it is still on the downward side. Consumer confidence, look at over here, where the consumer confidence in the COVID era was growing. We have seen a drop in the consumer confidence. It dropped to 35 in April of 2020. That's why the market whole dumped. So guys, my request to you is, do not try to time the market. If you are actively looking into this market, reach out to me. I'll be happy to help you, assist you, and navigate you throughout your needs. And this is not any kind of financial advice. Please reach out to the respective professional for your financial advice, because everybody's situation, everybody's financial situation, housing situation is different. So this is just a generalized information, and we are putting for your information and education purposes, not any kind of financial advice, right? As I always say, keep on learning, keep on hustling, keep on growing. Until next time, have a good one.